everyone, welcome to my stream. I just wanted to, I was doing a little bit of back testing and wanted to go over a setup with y'all. As y'all know, MetaTrader 4 and 5 was banned due to Russia and Ukraine going at it, so it was banned on the Apple specific iOS. So next week or this coming week, we need to keep an eye and an ear out as far as what's going to go on with that. If you already have the app installed on your phone, usually so far it's been working, but due to Apple removing the app late Friday, we don't have much information because it was all done without notice and nobody's really made any statements on it. So we shall see, probably Monday or Tuesday, to see if there's any news on that. Going over a chart. This is on EU. I typically don't trade EU, but I'm going to go over a setup. Oh no! That I think y'all gonna like. Just so y'all can see how I analyze the chart. It's just a little 5-minute quickie. So I'm on EU, doing my top-down analysis, and I will start the chart. Let's look at the higher time frame. There's also a indicator that I want to show y'all that's very, very, very helpful during your trading. Resetting the chart. So the indicator is called ICT sessions with kill zones in the parentheses, not parentheses, whatever that's called. So if y'all can find that on your indicators, and when you find it, put a star by it, they'll keep it in your favorites so that you don't have trouble and have to dig for it every time you need it. It'll be on your favorites, so it's easily accessible. On the kill zones, what it does is it adds your sessions, because I typically use the sessions. I don't leave it on my chart. I'll look at it just so I'll know when the sessions of the different trading times start, just to get a leg up. So if you notice, it also has the highs and lows of the previous session marked up, so that you can use that when you're trying to see if the trend is moving towards liquidity, because that's often very common and it happens daily typically. On the EU setup that's currently on the chart, this is sorry y'all, this is, what would you say, is this a downtrend? It is a downtrend. So I am on the 1-hour chart showing a downtrend. What is this? Let me see, why did it stop? Replay. Sorry y'all. Let's see if I can reset it. I think this was on it was a setup I was specifically looking for. Here it is. So I'll go to my replay, start it here, and then zoom in, fix my candles. So what it looks like is, on the 1 hour, it's showing to be in a downtrend currently. As I play, okay, there we go. And it has volume here in these areas. There's volume. We love volume, and that's around 6 a.m. on 9/23. So the highs of that session was around 0.98526, And then the lows was 0.96677-ish. Drop down on the lower time frames. If you look at the 30 and 15, sometimes I'll just see what it's doing on some of the other times just to get a general bias of where the market could be going or whether it could be reversing. You'll notice on the lower time frame, sometimes you'll see a trend reversal on the lower time frames than before you will on the higher time frame. So I just like a global view of what I'm looking for. And I always use my 50 SMA just to see where it's trending. So due to the SMA, the trend being below the 50 SMA, this is a downtrend. But if you look, it crossed through there, and most likely that shows that there is a consolidation going on the lower time frames, which of course it has. It's in and out of doing that. So I'll look at what's currently going on. Okay, on the 5-minute chart, and this is currently the New York session on 9/23, and we will start. Support here, we're going to mark it up as we see it. We're marking it up, so it's in a downtrend. I'm in the New York session of 9/23, so this was yesterday. On EU, this is my support is here, and if you see the break of structure here, sorry y'all, I'm rushing and don't need to be. So we got a break of structure right here because that structure broke from the other two hits right here. So this level of support was broken with a bearish candle. Continue to play, see what it's going to do. Okay, if you look at that support, it tapped back in and is trying to form some type of structure. And there, bam, there you go, it breaks again. So it breaks through the level of support, goes back, retraces, and then shoots back down. So that support has turned, it possibly will turn into resistance. It really didn't respect it on that well, it respected it in being that it actually went up there and shot back down. So if you pay attention to where support is, if it's in a downtrend, you're going to always look for support. If it's in an uptrend, you're going to always look for demand while trading. So make sure you know your trend before you're jumping in your supply and demand setup. Let's see. Okay, so where I saw my break of structure, looking here, there is a supply here. It is a low probability setup. So if you look here where your break of structure and your supply, and also sometimes I like to play around with my fib. If it's going down, I'll put my fib at the end of the wicks here, and also at the end of those candles. That's just about as close as I'll get because I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know what's going on with this. But if you look at the 618 and the 5 8.5. This area here, look how much activity is going on at this level of support. So you got the Fibonacci. You got the Fibonacci that's showing confluence, because anytime the Fibonacci has the golden zone is what I like to call it, which is why I have my yellow, my 618 and 50 marked up. It is within the same area or level as that support and that break of structure. And it is also confirming that the moving average is in a downtrend because it's trading below that. So we have 3 confluences at this time. And to add to that confluence, we have supply and demand. So usually I'll mark up my golden zone with a golden box just so I know where it was, and then I'll take my fib off. So when I have my supply marked up, you can see when I marked up my supply after that strong move down, usually you want 2 candles, but it's based on what you have going on while you're trading. So just make sure you have more than 3 confluences. Those are part of my rules. It went down. I have 2 candles, I'm sorry. I went down and then it tapped back up into the supply area, and then it broke down below with a strong move, high volume. So if I would have gotten into this trade on Friday with EU, let's see, I could have made, let's see, I would have taken it all the way down. So let's just say a 1 and 2.5. Let's go down. 1 and 2. I could have got a 1 and 2 out of here. And I would have, as you're going into profit, of course, you're going to shrink your stop loss down to where you're not losing any money or minimal money if it comes down to it hitting that area. And when it hits your first take profit, then you're going to break, move your stop loss to break even. But that would have been a stop loss, 13 pip stop loss. So that's not bad at all. So that's a good trade. I'm telling you, like, that supply and demand be hidden, man. Support and resistance, supply and demand, especially with the break of structure. It works. So when I first started trading, I started, trying to create my own plan by reinventing the wheel, trying to get this huge plan that using all these indicators. And I just finally decided that simple is better. Trading can be simple if you make it simple, but the more complex you tend to make it, and like most of the traders that have been trading a while, how you manage your risk is very important. That is the deciding factor on whether you're going to be successful in Forex or not. So I just wanted to show you that setup. I just wanted to also tell you about MetaTrader 4 and 5 in the news, and also show you the new indicator that I found and let you know. Well, someone had asked about the Fibonacci's and how I use them. On one of my other videos, I'll actually show you the setup and how I set up my fibs so that they work with the structure and with the trading plan that I use. But it works. It works. I need at least 3 confluences. Sometimes I'll get a wild hair and not do what I'm supposed to be doing with that. But just make sure you follow your rules, man. It's so important to follow your rules. It's so important if you want to be successful and consistent, which is what we all seek in Forex. You can make some really, really good money. I'm still growing. I'm still learning. So if there's any comments, questions that you have, leave them down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's a pleasure having you, man. Y'all have a good evening. Toodles.